our next guest just used the bathroom. Ladies and gentlemen, a freshly cleaned Misha Collins. I can't tell you how close I came to wearing maroon pants today, and it would have just been a shit show. People would have been,
People are not confusing the three of us constantly.
Yeah. And also because they rarely look at us above the belt.
That's right. Which I just did like an hour of photo ops, and I was like, can somebody look up?
Yeah. What color do you call your pants?
I mean, they feel a little browner.
Well, they're rusty. But I feel like you're going to want to get closer to Misha to really get a sense of the color.
Yeah, what's this picture I put of you and Misha on
Anyway, so I think
I saw it move when I was down there, by the way.
Racist or
It moved to Toledo.
It crawled back. Again, I want to shout.
Oh, not you again.
I want to shout out to all the children in the audience who spent that kind of day.
Oh, you stop.
Oh, get out of town. Grow up.
Well, let's get off the stage and this man can have.
Oh, they want to hang out with him, do they? Misha Collins, everybody.
I found him in the bathroom. Hi. You're late. We'll wait till you settle it.
Hi, Misha.
Hi. What an exciting thing to be here and to see so many of you. Why are you still here? What is happening? I was in New Jersey for my very first creation convention back in 1978. And it was such a small, intimate crowd, and I was so young and full of promise. And I came out on stage and I was nervous, and you still make me nervous. Partly because there are so many of you now. You're like multiplying. It's like a zombie apocalypse. Except for zombies don't typically sit like this. That's the only difference though. How many of you live like in the city, in New York City? Hardly any. How many of you are from actual New Jersey? I totally assumed that this was like a big crowd because we're next to a big city, but it turns out nobody in New York City comes to Long Island.
Maryland.
Okay, let's not discount Long Island. I love it here, and I'm happy to be back. I would love to talk with you about some important matters. The questions that you have. Oh, there's nobody lined up for questions. This is perfect. I just on the drive out from the city, I thought I'd check in with my son, and I FaceTimed him, and he was like, he's still sleeping. He's back on the West Coast, and he was like, I was trying to make conversation with him, and I could tell he was not interested. And finally, he was like, Dad, you want my chest? I was like, okay, sure, what's my chest? And he said, let's try to make it like, I'll try to go easy on you. And I was like, don't go easy on me. I can take it, little brat. And so he initiated the online game, and it populated, and it had, I was black, he was white, I had all my pieces, and he had no bishops and no rooks, and he had 1/3 of the time on the timer, and he beat me so fast. So depressing. And I had to say to him, West, I want to be able to celebrate your successes in this life. But you're making it really hard because I just want to fucking crush you. Yeah, I don't know. I really do feel like I might have to figure out how to hobble him. In life in general. I don't like it. I didn't want to come to that. Hi, how are you? What are you doing? Do you not have a microphone? Did you want to talk into it? You're allowed to, okay. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm well, thank you very much. Yeah, sorry, not very good at social interactions.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
My people skills are rusty, so I'm...
Alright, so my question for you,
Oh good, because I'm the only one up here.
Yeah.
It works out nicely.
I was actually going to direct it to the chair. I don't know what you're doing here, but that's this. So my question is, discard your entire career, your entire life plans, whatever. You are going to open a shop. What is the one niche thing that your shop sells?
If you're saying when I am totally washed up, what am I going to do next? It's kind of, I'm sure you ask everybody this question, and you probably get the same answer from everyone, and I'm sorry if this is like absolutely routine. But I'm a bit superstitious, like most people, and I feel like if you say like, I'm healthy, I haven't injured myself in the last 6 months, then you immediately have to knock on wood, right? Otherwise, you're going to get injured. And I've noticed that a lot of motor vehicles do not have any wood in them. So if you make a comment, an offhanded comment about things going well while you're driving, for instance, you could be totally fucked. So the store that I want to open, it sells one item, and that's knock on wood. And it's a little dashboard mountable piece of wood just for use in cars. So it solves this problem. But I'm sure everybody gets that same answer. Thank you.
Hi, Misha.
Hi.
I'm Janice.
Hi, Janice.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Thank you. How are you really?
Excuse me?
How are you really? Like not just a perfunctory
I'm
response.
tired. It's a lot of running around.
Is there?
But it'll be over by tomorrow night, and then I'll be mad, and then I'll be upset.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a wonderful journey to go on here. You know, I don't want to tell creation how to run their business, but they might want to get you to do a little PSA video. It's exhausting. All you do is run all around, and then when it's over, you're angry. Creation Supernatural New Jersey.
Okay, so I have a question. What is your greatest fear?
Oh, shit. What is my greatest fear? I don't know. I guess I have a lot of fears. It's hard to put them into that kind of hierarchy where one rises to the top of all the rest. I do think that probably AI is going to kill us all. I think that the world may well end in nuclear holocaust. I'm afraid of those things. I'm also, and this probably trumps either one of those. I am afraid that my son will soon also beat me in ping pong. And I don't know if I'm going to recover from that.
What was it? Did you ask me something? I can't hear you.
What is your greatest fear?
More famous.
Oh, really? Like, that motorcycles are gonna come alive and attack you?
Me.
Why?
You know how they, like when you're on the parkway or when you're...
You're afraid you're gonna hit a motorcycle.
Or, yeah, and,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't get on a
Are you
motorcycle.
trying to hit motorcycles?
They leave in between the traffic, you know.
They do. They want to get there.
Scary.
It is scary. In New Jersey, are the motorcycles allowed to go between lanes on the highway?
Not really, no.
Well, in
But they do.
California, as in an effort to reduce highway congestion, they have legalized driving between the lanes. So you'll be driving on the freeway and motorcycles will zip between the cars. And if you're not paying attention and just veer off a little bit, you can squish one, which is terribly tragic but a bit satisfying. And I rode a motorcycle on the LA freeways once. And I was like, I cannot believe that people do that. And then I got on the freeway and started weaving between the cars, and it was like a super fun video game. It's kind of amazing. Motorcycles are very dangerous. And I'm accident prone, so I had a motorcycle, and when I had my motorcycle, all of my friends wanted to try it. And they all got in accidents on my motorcycle. None of them were like, one of them was like, my friend John was like, can I try it? And I was like, yeah, here's the clutch, the accelerator, the brake, blah, blah, don't use just the front brake. And I lived out in the country at the time, and he took the motorcycle, and then like 4 hours later, he wasn't back. And finally he came back, and my motorcycle was in the back of a pickup truck. And he had been in the ER for a little while. He was fine, but my motorcycle was badly injured, which was the more important thing.
That's a good thing.
But if you don't, people shouldn't ride motorcycles. They're not safe. Not safe. They're fun, but they're not safe.
I agree.
I was on my way. I'm just going to talk about this for the rest of the hour. I was on my way to the airport to come here, and I was looking out the window of my car, and I saw this guy on a motorcycle, and there's like all these parts and these wheels moving, and he's just sitting on the seat, flying along at 70 miles an hour, no seatbelt. And I thought, that's really crazy that we do that. It's obvious that he's going to die. And then I just swerved over a little bit. And he popped like a cranberry. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, I think that's enough. Thank you.
Hi, Misha.
How
My
are you?
name is Alex.
Hi, Alex.
So my question is, your hair is so fluffy. So what's your hair routine?
You want to talk about my hair? How do you know my hair is fluffy? I don't believe you touched my hair. We had a photo earlier, but you didn't touch my hair, did you? Are you saying that it looks fluffy?
I didn't touch your hair, but your hair looks so fluffy.
Huh, it's very interesting. You know, it's funny, I thought I was gonna get up here and maybe like talk about politics or charity or maybe even supernatural. I'm glad we're getting into the really hard-hitting stuff here. Okay, great, let's talk about my hair. So, when I was on Supernatural, I'm gonna go way back here. I got on Supernatural and they were like, oh, your hair is very close in color to Jensen's hair, and you two kind of look the same. Why did they cast you? And I was like, I don't know. So they said, I think maybe we should dye your hair a little darker. So for the, 50 years that I was on Supernatural, they dyed my hair a little darker. And sometimes if you watch Supernatural, you can see my hair goes through like different gradations. Sometimes it's really dark, sometimes it's not so dark. And then finally when I was done with Supernatural, I stopped dyeing my hair. And I was like, oh, that's right, I forgot, I don't have that color hair. But when I got on Supernatural, also they said, which way do you comb your hair? And I said, I comb my hair this way. And so the whole time I had my hair combed this way. And then I went to get a haircut last week, or 3 weeks ago, and the guy was like, you have a little calic over here. Why don't you comb your hair the other way? And I was like, no, I don't do that. And he was like, you should try it. He got really confrontational with me. And I never met this guy. And I was like, don't tell me what to do. And he was like, I know my job better than you know my job. And I was like, fine, let's fucking do it the other way. And now my hair's poofy. There we go. Thank you for asking. Hi.
Hi, my name's Misha.
Hi.
Sorry, karaoke last night.
Oh, God, it's actually like not safe karaoke. Do you have to sign a waiver before you do karaoke?
They should make you.
They should make you. I mean, obviously you've sustained injuries and you probably have a lawsuit on your hands. You know, they make the people that come to do my meet and greet sign waivers. Did you know that? That's so weird. Do you know why that is? It's because I've done some really unsafe things on my meet and greets. I was also in New Jersey some years ago when I took my meet and greet out behind the hotel into the woods. And we were in the woods, and as one does, it was kind of chilly and gray. And I said, does anybody have any matches? And we started a campfire in the woods behind the hotel. And then we were like stormed by all of these people with fire extinguishers. And I was asked not to start any more fires. Not only can I not believe that you just said that, but I barely could hear what you said.
I said, you're dangerous, and I'm sorry. I feel actually really good. And maybe okay.
I don't know what kind of impression that is. Hi.
We're staying in the same hotel, and this morning I texted Jared and Jensen, and I was like, guys, this is fucking crazy, but somebody is like out here with a telephoto lens, and they're pointing it up to like right where our rooms are. So like, put a towel on if you're coming out of the shower.
He didn't text me, he just told me. He's like, hey, I saw somebody else.
And I was like, unbelievable, like, you know, they're just everywhere, all over us. And then I saw another guy with a camera, and I realized, oh, they're taking a picture of the bird.
It's like, dude, there's a guy outside waiting in a black SUV, and like somebody gets in it and Ubers away. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
How are you? I really haven't gone this long without seeing you in so long, and ever. Since I met you, I don't think it's ever
I'm
been
so
this
sorry. It was wonderful for you, right?
I feel lighter. I stopped doing therapy.
Fair. Yeah.
What's going on? You look great.
You look like great.
Let's say with that surprise tone in your voice.
Why is it Shumper? Good, man.
Yeah.
Good. A lot going on. Good, bad, everything in between. Excited to be here. Excited to see you. We'll catch up
All right.
backstage in a secretive way. Ladies and gents, got a fucking
I thought that was security coming to run interference because I was making fun of somebody with a vocal disability.
Here we go. I told Jared that you were now making fun of him. And my question is there a show on TV right now, streaming or otherwise?
Yeah. Do you think you should be talking right now? It's not a good idea.
Is there a show on TV, streaming, cable, otherwise, that you would like to be on if given the opportunity? And what's your favorite show right now?
Hey, can you keep it down back there, please? Jesus. Well, I would love to be on Walker, Texas Ranger, but I've been told every time I send in an audition tape, they tell me my accent is off. And I initially started sending in tapes for some of the bigger roles, but now I'm just trying to get a background job, and they won't give it to me. So that's been sad and hard for me. I don't know. I mean, I would love to be on something like I don't know, the morning show, something serious. I know that they use like talented actors and stuff like that, but I would love to be on the morning show. Do you know that show? Do you like it? Not really? It's
I'd watch you
okay.
if you were on C-SPAN.
What?
I said I would watch you if you were on C-SPAN.
Oh, well, I would like to be on C-SPAN too, but not like because I've been arrested. Not because of my criminal trial for paying off a porn star. I'd like to be on for another reason.
I think you should be in the next season of The Last of Us.
Okay. Great. I'll work on my accent. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. My name is Sandra. And
Sandra?
I work as a special needs teacher. So we get a lot of gifts from kids because that's what they like to do. So my question for you is, what's the most meaningful gift a fan has ever given you? Or one that you remember?
Thank you for that qualifier. I'm sure there's incredibly meaningful gifts that I've gotten from fans and I don't remember what they are. Most meaningful gift I've ever gotten from a fan. I don't know. That's a good question. Some of the works of art that fans make are incredible, and they're these like incredible, almost meditative acts of devotion that have clearly taken an eternity to make. And sometimes they'll ask, "How long did this take?" And then they'll be like, "It took 10,432 hours." That's how fans talk, by the way. Why are you laughing? That's just how they know. But like needlepoint portraits of my face on a pillow, and that's like obviously something that I want to wake up next to. I actually do have a incredible needlepoint portrait of me on a pillow. And I was like, this took 10,384 hours to make. I can't throw it away. And so I put it on my son's bed. And he threw it on the floor the next morning. And I came in and I was like, Wes, this is absolutely precious. You can never throw it on the floor. It always has to be right here, next to you in your bed. And so he takes it off, and I put it back. And it's been going on for almost 3 years. So I guess that's meaningful because it's caused a really a strengthening of my bond with my son. Or maybe it's driving a wedge between us. I'm actually not sure. I have had many interactions with fans that were very meaningful. I've talked to fans who participated in Gish and had their team members from Gish rally for them when they were in the hospital, or actually there was one team that I heard the story of, where one of the team members in Gish was trying to kill themselves, and everybody on the team jumped into their cars and rode and literally saved their team member's life. And for me, those kind of stories are actually the most meaningful gifts that I've gotten from fans. It's something I think that is unique to this fandom and, has an incredible, lasting impact on me. Thank you. Hi, Olivia.
So I was wondering, I'm a preschool teacher and my class has books that they are always asking me to read them. So I was wondering if you have a favorite book that you read your kids, or if they had a favorite book that they were always asking you to read.
My nephew wrote stories that I would read to my kids. They're just amazing, surreal. He wrote them when he was like 5 and 6. They're totally surreal, and the grammar is from another planet, and they make us laugh and laugh and laugh. So not only have I read those to my children many times, but I've also decided that I think it would be a booming business to start a children's publishing. Please don't steal this idea, because this is actually how we make money, not knock on wood. Actually, maybe I could do both. But a children's publishing group that publishes children's stories that are written and illustrated just by children. Isn't that a great idea? It's probably already done, but I'm going to pretend that it's a unique concept. There's a book that I love called Star Child. It's a children's book, and it's just so beautiful. Do you know it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, isn't it beautiful? It's just like kind of the best. And then I would also read to the kids, like when they got a little bit older and they had more attention span. They liked me to read them Mein Kampf. Do you read that in your class? Well, you should try it. The kids really seem to like some of the messaging.
I think I may be fired if I did that.
That is just terrible, that kind of censorship. Thank you. There was only a smattering of laughter there. There were more horrified gasps.
I'm Misha. My first convention. I'm here with my sister for her birthday.
Oh, did she drag you here?
No, I dragged her.
Oh, really? Well, what a sweet thing to do for someone's birthday.
She's gonna kill me, and when I get back to my seat, that'll be the end of me. So it's been a
Okay,
great
great.
show.
Well,
Thank
it's
you.
been real, and we'll savor these moments, your last moments. Yes,
Thank you. I'm glad it's with you.
very sweet.
So, what was your favorite prank that either you have done or has been done to you by the cast?
By the cast. Oh, that's a qualifier. Well, most of the pranks that, they're all awful, really, in the cast realm. Jensen was reminding me of a really great prank that that happened on set, and I think that this typifies the zeitgeist of our cast and crew quite perfectly. Jensen was creeping up. It was a scene that was being filmed down a dark staircase into a basement, and the shot that we were getting at this particular moment was Jensen at the top of the stairs, opening the door with his flashlight and looking down into the dark basement. And he opened the door and he shined the flashlight and he saw the entire camera crew in their underwear. Everybody was always trying to get everybody to laugh or everybody was always trying to get the actor who was on camera to laugh. That was like the main, that was what everyone on the cast and crew thought of as their main job on Supernatural. Like, I, as an actor, I'm supposed to know my lines, and I'm supposed to show up on time, and I'm supposed to hit my marks. But first and foremost, I'm supposed to try to get Jared to laugh when we're in a scene. Jared was really hard to make laugh. Jim Beaver was impossible. Everybody gave up on him. Because he won't laugh, no matter what. You can have your hand in his pants. I know, I've tried. And no reaction whatsoever. There's something wrong with that guy. I'm the opposite. I was the absolute worst. If anyone even just went like this, I'd start giggling. I wasted countless hours of film. And by the way, on Supernatural, when I started on Supernatural, we were still shooting on film. Like, they had to load film canisters. And it was very expensive. And you could see the consternation on the producers' faces when I was laughing through the 5th tape. And it was just like racking up overtime and racking up more hundreds of feet of film that needed to be thrown out. It was a trying time for all of us, yeah, but especially me. There were times when I was actually fearful on set. Like when I was directing, Jared and Jensen spent the entire previous episode. They actually got a binder and a pen and paper, and those guys haven't written anything down in years, so it's like a big deal. And they brainstormed countless hours of all the things that they were going to do to me while I was directing. And then I had polls on the group, people who were concerned for my safety and well-being, who would come up to me and say, Misha, just don't tell Jared and Jensen that I said this, because they knew they'd be fired. But just be really careful. Do not leave the keys to your apartment in your trailer next week. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck are they going to do? So I lived in an apartment building downtown in Vancouver, and I had to tell the person at the front desk, people are going to come here and try to get in my apartment and say that it's okay. It's not. And they did. They did. Thankfully, they didn't let them in. We were going home for Christmas break. I don't know, we were going home for Christmas break, which is a long break. And somebody came up and tapped me on the shoulder and said, don't tell Jared that I'm telling you this, but look under the driver's seat of your car. And it had been Fish and Chips Day, and he had stuffed under my driver's seat all of this fish, which had no odor at that point, but 3 weeks hence, I would have had to have burned the car. It would have smelled like a dead body. So there were a lot of times when I was saved by the generosity of others, people who were willing to put their jobs on the line to save me. Hi.
Yeah. My name's Aja.
Hi, Aja.
This is my first time.
Wow, welcome. How many first-timers are there here? Take it slowly and, get ready for it.
Turn out, there's a squirrel! Look up at the rafters!
Where's the squirrel?
He's not moving right now. He's right there.
Oh, Jensen! I was wondering why everybody was like suddenly not paying attention. Well, shit. What were we talking about?
I was going to ask you, so I was a big
That squirrel has got to be so freaked out right now. What is wrong with this tree? How am I going to get out of here? Oh, Jesus. Okay, go ahead.
So I really loved participating in Gish and Gish was when it was happening. So I loved all the elaborate activities we had. So I had a question: what was like the most spectacular like gift you made the Gish participants give to any of your co-stars?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. I mean, year after year, I made participants in Gish do things related to my castmates, harass them in some way, or just make art related to them. The one thing that I did every year, and I'm not sure why this particular thing emerged as like a tradition in Gish, but every year you had to create some art, portraiture or sculpture of Jensen Ackles made from Skittles. Always the same thing. By the way, Skittles Corp probably made hundreds of millions of dollars off of it. I never saw a dime of it. So Jensen, we were shooting on location, and Jensen went into an electronics store that was near where we were filming because he needed a charger for his iPhone. And he walked in, and the person behind the counter was like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." They started backing up like they were looking at a ghost. And he's like, yeah, I get this all the time. And the person's backing up. and they say, Jensen, turn around. And Jensen had this thought like, oh fuck, what's behind me? And he turned around, and the person who worked in the store had been working on this giant portrait for Gish, giant portrait of Jensen with Skittles, and it was like almost done, and it was right behind him, and he was like, what the fuck? So that was a satisfying moment of art freaking out life. Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Misha. My name's Julia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My question is, of all the alternate characters that you played, or different personas of Castiel, what was your favorite? Mine was Cassifer. I think he did that very well.
I had the most fun playing Cassifer, I think. There were some that didn't quite hit the mark, like Nazi Cass. It was a little weird. I had a hard time with Crazy Cass. I don't feel like I ever quite found it. But Cassifer was quite fun. I went to the morning that I started filming my first Cassifer scenes. Before I went to work, I went to Mark Pellegrino's apartment, and I asked him to give me some tips. I was like, what do you do as Cassifer? Like, what's going on in your head? Or not Cassifer, as Lucifer, because that's what it was. And he said, whenever I go into a scene with another character, I just think, I'm trying, in my mind, I'm trying to make a decision, which is, do I want to fuck them or kill them? That was very helpful. And I actually now find that I just reflexively do that in daily life now, too. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Misha. I just first want to apologize for the photo op. I was just a mere starstruck.
You seem to have lost motor control. It was pretty cute. You were with your mom?
Yes.
You were with your mom. Your mom was like, come on, honey. And you're like,
I know, I want to apologize. This is my first con. And
you're doing very well, I think.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. No, but I've always seen all the bloopers, but I was mostly, just me, but do you think that Jack, the angel kid, was a mix of you and Dean? Because in the first episode that he's shown, the jacket that he's wearing actually looks like a mix of a plaid shirt and a trench coat, and everybody races that looks like you, so.
Huh. Well, I don't know how much you know about biology. But when a man loves another man very, very much, maybe. That never occurred to me. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it's possible. We should ask, I'll ask the wardrobe department whether that was an intentional decision on their part or not. I will say, it's quite strange the degree to which Alex Calvert, who's the guy that plays Jack the Angel Kid, he really looks like me when I was his age, and it's a little bit uncanny, and I can't help but think that, is the squirrel again?
Yes!
What the fuck is it?
Right there.
Can you smell something? Are you fucking with me? It's like an elaborate fundraiser.
It's along the back wall.
Okay. Did you see it now, though? Yes, you see it now?
It's just stopped moving.
When the squirrel comes, you gotta go, squirrel! No, turn around, I'm trying to catch it. It'll be a game. Anyway, it's a little bit weird, the degree to which I think that, like Bob Singer and, gosh, who was even show running at that point? Whoever was show running was obviously kind of obsessed with me. And they cast somebody that looked like a mini-me as well. Also, I don't know if it's, I guess it is, I did have a brief romantic encounter with his mother about 30 years ago. Sometimes I wonder. I've never made him take a paternity test, but... Hi.
Hi. I wanted to ask, what's the best thing that you've done for yourself in the past year?
What's the best thing I've done for myself? Well, I got my first pedicure. And it was super gross. I didn't know what went into that process. They used a cheese grater on the bottom right. Thickness calluses on the bottom of them from running, and it was intense. It was like a pile of cheese. That was really pretty gross. But then afterwards I was like, I don't think I'm going to do this again. I haven't done it again, but I plan to someday. I don't know. That's a really good question. I've been working with this this guy that I reached out to a few years ago. He's he used to run. He used to be the publisher and editor-in-chief of some really big magazines, and he's also a Buddhist meditation teacher. And he does this. He helps people go through changes and transitions. And I've been going through some career changes and transitions. They killed me off of Supernatural. I don't know if you heard. And I'm going through a divorce, and there's all these things that are changing in my life. And so I was like, oh, I'll reach out to this guy, you know, because it seems like a good time. Like there's a lot of change in my life, and he can help me with that process. And he's sort of become a mentor to me, and has really helped me just change some things about myself that I thought were just permanent personality flaws that I was stuck with forever. And now I feel like I'm actually unburdened of some of them. And I think that that's been a big deal for me to realize that I'm going to turn 50 this year. And I'm actually, for the first time in a long time, having this realization like, oh shit, we can actually change ourselves. And that is such an exciting thing to feel like I'm not shackled to the versions of the parts of myself that aren't serving me, that I can actually move on from them. So that's been really quite wonderful. And I've also just been spending the most possible time I can with my kids and getting rid of everything else in my life that is interfering with that. And that has been wonderful. When I was on Supernatural, I'll get pretty psychological here for a second, but I was raised very poor, and we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have housing. There was a lot of scarcity, and so when I started having the bounty of opportunity that came from Supernatural and this amazing fandom and everything that it allowed me to suddenly do, I felt like I had to do it all, and I couldn't afford to let anything pass by. And what that resulted in was me working like 80 hours a week and not having enough time in my life for my kids. When I was with my kids, I was so tired that I wasn't really showing up for them. And then I realized they're going to grow up, and they're really the only things that matter in my life to me. So I jettisoned a lot of things, including Gish, which was actually hard for me to part with, but it's been so wonderful to actually get to do like long division on weeknights. Yeah. Which, by the way, I have forgotten how to do. It's shocking what we forget. All right, that's all. Thank you.
My name is Julia, and I was wondering, what do you miss the most about being on Supernatural? And apart from being tortured by Jared and Jensen, what do you miss the least?
I miss the most showing up at work with a group of people that I love to be around. We laughed a lot, and we actually had real heart-to-heart connections, and I feel like I made lifelong friends working on Supernatural. And it kind of felt like coming to a second home. You know, we have this expression, the Supernatural family, but we used that term on set, and it felt like it was true. And I miss going to work in that environment. I don't miss being so tired all the time. Because we would also, not only was I like adding extra things onto my life, but we would be often like filming until, sometimes on Fridays, we'd film until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then if we had a convention that weekend in, say, New Jersey, which is on the opposite side of the continent from Vancouver, we would go directly from set to a plane, fly to New Jersey, and go directly from the airport to stage here. And then they reset the week and start filming. We'd have to be on set at 6:30 a.m. on Monday. So we were always in this state of like jet lag, because our bodies, my circadian rhythm got totally destroyed. So I could never really sleep. And that was really hard. It was like super exhausting. I don't know if you know this, but people who work in American film and American television on crews have a life expectancy that's almost 10 years less than the national average. And it's because people work such ungodly hours and their sleep suffers terribly, and they don't have time to exercise, and it's a lot. So I don't miss that. I do miss the paycheck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Misha. I'm Allie. So, back in Nashville, you had mentioned your favorite ice cream is peppermint.
Yes.
I was very excited because so was mine.
Ah.
So I want to know where you go to get the best peppermint ice cream, and then I'm going to tell you where you should go to get the best.
Okay, so this is just setting me up to fail. You give me your answer, and then I'll tell you the right answer, because yours is going to be wrong. Well, I'll tell you, living on the West Coast, it's really hard to find peppermint ice cream. You can't get it in most, unless it's like Christmas time, and then they put out some special peppermint thing, which is ridiculous because it should be the only ice cream available year-round. But I make peppermint ice cream, so mic drop. Where should I go? Your house? You make it better?
No, so there's a place in Connecticut by my parents' house. It's called Salem Valley Farms Ice Cream.
Salem Valley Farms?
Salem Valley Farms.
Where is that?
In Salem, Connecticut.
Where's Salem? Is that like in the
On
middle?
the eastern half, like past the Connecticut River.
How far past the Connecticut River? Is it near like Chester?
Yeah, so like East Lyme, Old Lyme, that area, it's like 20 minutes from there.
That's great. My brother lives near there. Okay, Salem what?
Salem Valley Farms.
Okay, thank you. Hot tip. I appreciate it. Hi.
Hi, my name is Amanda, and my question for you is, if you could change the way Cass died, would you?
No. That's not the answer you were looking for, huh? I can see the deep disappointment all across your body. How would you want Castiel to die?
Well, I like that he died loving somebody, and he said, like, I love you, like, this is what's right. But if you had to change, like, he didn't make the deal with the MD, and, like, he didn't love Dean, like, how would you change that?
Well, I always had this vision of how Castiel's end, because I felt like there had to be some sort of tragic, heroic sacrifice in order to, I don't know, in order for it to be a satisfying ending. So I always thought that what a good thing to do with Castiel would be, like, if there was an asteroid coming toward the planet, and they fired Castiel out of a cannon so fast that when he hit the asteroid, it deflected it away from Earth and saved the whole planet. That would have been kind of like a really poignant way to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so disappointed in me. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. My name is Erin. I want to let you know I really enjoyed the book of poems that you put out.
Thank you very much.
Recently. I wanted to know if there's a poet that you find particularly inspiring.
I love Billy Collins, and I love Mary Oliver and Rita Dove. I think I have like pretty middle of the road taste. Like they're all best-selling poets and poet laureates and, you know, big shot poets, but I think that there's a reason that they're so well known. They write beautifully and they write about specific moments in life and extrapolate from those to bigger themes, and I love that. And they're also digestible. Sometimes the poetry in the New Yorker can be like a puzzle. I'm like, wait, I can't understand what this is about. And I don't want a poem to feel like it hurts my brain. I want it to feel like it just lifts me up or makes me see something in a different way. And those poets do that for me. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, my name's Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi. I was wondering, when do you feel like the truest version of yourself?
That's a wonderful question. Are you a therapist? I like being creative, and I like working on trying to solve problems, and I like working on rallying people together. I end up feeling like I'm maybe doing what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm working on kind of social good or political projects. And I notice I just feel like, oh, that feels like it's giving me energy, not sapping energy from me. Last summer I went to Ukraine and met with President Zelensky and toured around some of the devastation in Ukraine and had really meaningful conversations with a lot of people who are leading the fight against Russia there. And it felt like it resonated with me, and it felt like it kind of changed my perspective on things, and felt really important to me. I'm actually going back tomorrow to Ukraine, and gonna be doing a similar trip there with my good friend Darius. But doing that kind of thing feels like on purpose to me. I will say also though, that when I was doing Gish, the very first submission, the very first scavenger hunt that I did, the very first submission that came into my email, at that point I was having people email me the submissions, and the thing that people had to complete to get points on that one was cover yourself completely in cotton candy except for your face, and that your face needs to be covered in lipstick. And the first photo that came into my email, I watched it download, and it was this kid standing in his bedroom in the Philippines. He was like maybe 15 years old, and the cotton candy was melting, this pink cotton candy was melting to his skin, and his face was covered in red lipstick, and his expression was one of total misery, like you would expect. It was as if he had been tarred and feathered in this little bedroom in the Philippines. And I looked at that, and I remember shouting across the apartment to my wife, I think I found my life's purpose. So it's somewhere in between those two things.
Cool, thank you so much.
Hi guys.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I always feel bad taking you off stage. I hear the booze.
Most of them have already left.
How did it go?
It went well.
I didn't hear the beginning of that story, but the end was great.
Yeah, well, it was just a